Peace and blessings. Hi, Sister Pramila. Hey, sis. Hey, Sister Maria. Hello, Mr. Muhammad. How y'all feel? Happy autumn equinox. Happy autumn equinox. We are crossed over into another season, y'all. Another season. So we're blessed. I received that. Peace, love, and breath. So I've been thinking about just being in this energy of the autumn equinox. And good morning. Hey. Thank you all for joining me. I'll wait for some more folks to come and join me. Right now I am at a local coffee shop. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this. I'm in a window. I'm at a local coffee shop. I'm having me some chamomile and some chai tea. And I'm feeling pretty good. And so I'm out and about today. I was down with a cold for a couple days, and anytime you deal with any type of physical illness, it's a place of humility, and it's a place to return to the earth. So that was this is what hi, peace, sis. Love and light to you as well, Sister Asia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But yeah, so there's nothing like being out of my in any way in your life that will help you to be return to a place of humility and return to the earth. So I am recovering from a cold, and so peace, Sister Gloria. So I am getting myself together. So I'm enjoying some time here in the sun at this local shop, and I'm drinking my tea, y'all. I'm gonna sip my tea, okay? And I'm feeling pretty good, just recovering here. Yes, Sister Shelby, happy autumn equinoxes. It feels good, right? Just it's like a new season. It's a new opportunity to heal and go deeper. So that's what I'm talking about today, y'all. I'm talking about the autumn equinox and what does this mean for you. I know how I'm feeling and how I've been feeling just over this past month, and just preparing, because y'all know this has been a serious month with the 999 vibration, and oh my god, so the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, and you know, just so much energy that's been leading us and that's been guiding us to this space. And now we're here at the autumn equinox, and then in a couple days we'll be back on the 27th in that 9-9 vibration, and then we have I think a blood moon coming up. So we still have a lot of energy to get through in this month of September that's really setting us up to do a lot of healing work. So today I am in the vibration of my deity of the Crossroads, usually Elegua, but today Ishu came and gave me a messages upon rising. So for me, I get messages for myself as I'm rising in the morning time, and that's how I get my messages. So I got a download from him about fire. So I was connecting, and I'm like, okay, why do I see all this fire energy? What's going on here? And I'm like, I need you to be clear. I need you to tell me who exactly you are, because we know the deity of the Crossroads come in different roles, different ways to help us. And so what I'm talking about with my own personal possibility, what he's presenting in this way is the pathway of the subconscious, the pathway of healing our subconscious mind, our subconscious, and I want to say even in our soul chakra, in our heart chakra, that place, that secret place, because a lot of times, sometimes we keep secrets from ourselves, y'all. We got to be honest about that. And we keep these secrets from ourselves, and we deal with these energies within ourselves, especially women. We deal with these energies. Peace and blessings, Sister Danielle. Listen, I'm going to be flowing, y'all. I see y'all, and I witness every single one of y'all who's joining and those who are going to be joining. But I want to flow, okay? So if you could just bear with me, I just want to flow. I want to do shout outs, and I will come back and do some shout outs, but I want to be in a flow and give this to y'all, right? So, okay, what I was saying was, when we're talking about dealing with like the secrets that we keep from ourselves, and how that arises and how that comes up. So we see it all the time, right? We see it in our life, we see it in our behaviors, we see it in, then we see it in our purse strings, and we see it in our health, and we see it in all kind of ways in our life, and also our womb as women. It mirrors what's really going on deep within us. So as we are now, happy autumn equinox, y'all. This is my favorite season. Like, this is, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I love. Autumn equinox, sushi, wine, chocolate, and a big up, as honest, or that's top. But I love the autumn season because as a medium, it's a spirit, the season of the dead, and it's just awesomeness. And so for us now, those of us who work with the seasons, we have this opportunity to go a bit deeper, dive deeper into what's really going on and feel the flow of our life. I was thinking about like Chinese, and this season for them is connected to the metal element and also like connected to the lungs. And I was just thinking about how the lungs themselves is connected to, exhaling. Our lungs help us clear. So when we take a deep breath, everybody take a deep breath. Like, it just feels good when you just breathe, and it clears you out, and you feel more solid, and you feel more grounded. So in Chinese medicine, and those ancestors, they associated autumn with the metal element in the lungs. And we think about what the lungs do in clearing, and how is just so much get bottled up in our lungs, and we feel like we can't breathe, and it gets congested in our chest, and we feel like, and then we lose our ground. So it's all about taking this breath, so getting in spaces during this season and every day, really, to just breathe, clear out the energy and just breathe. So I'm gonna take another breath because I feel so good. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea too. Y'all, this chai tea is just so wonderful, and I'm just loving this window seat. It just feels so beautiful. So today I'm wearing my colors to represent my deity of the crossroads that when I woke up and I felt his energy on me. But what I saw, and a lot of times people will say, the devil is busy. Yeah, we still got that Christian tradition in us, or the trickster spirit. But what's really happening is that it ain't the devil, it's you. It ain't the trickster for real outside of you. It's the trickster inside of you. And we see this mirrored in our lives. So anytime we're dealing with some internal things, conflicts and all this type of stuff, we have to pause and say, okay, what is this? What is this spirit trying to teach us? And most often we say it's a trickster spirit. It's a Lagwa, it's issue. And we have our own personal issue that we deal with. And so, yes, exactly. And that's why that breath, Sister Danielle is saying the mind be busy, and it's so true. And that's why we have to breathe, and send that air up to our mind and clear our mind. And then, Abatala is all about that mind. And, Abatala is the Orisha over all of the deities and all of the Orishas. He's the father. And, and he spoke to me in regards to him sending my own personal issue, the deity of the crossroads, for me to do my healing work and my inner healing work. So as we're talking about opening up these crossroads and the spheres of the crossroads, well, your mind, your subconscious, that's a spiritual path that needs to be opened up. So most of the times we we want to call on the spirit of the crossroads for to clear the way. And what does that really mean, to clear the way? Because you want to have him bless you with these jobs and these opportunities and all that, but you have some internal junk that needs to get cleared out too in your subconscious mind. So how you really gonna get prepared for what you're really offering. So we want to talk about now is asking your own personal spirit of the crossroad, whatever that means for you. It could be the form of a deity, however that means for you in your tradition, what represents that spirit of the crossroads for you. And I see Callie, I see her right now. So some of us will be working in the goddess energy with Kali, and then some of us also who work in the Kemetic tradition, such as myself. I'll be working with Sekhmet and goddess Sekhmet because she's representing this fire, and she represents clearing out all of my stuff to really bring in that fire and that flame. So this morning, as I was rising, I saw all this fire. I hope I ain't breaking it for y'all. Let's set my So I saw all of this fire in the spirit and just fire, and I was thinking, okay, autumn equinox, time to do some deeper clearing. This is why I'm seeing fire. So what is really going on with me? The path that I'm asking and praying to be open up is a subconscious path that's not just the subconscious in my mind, but in my heart and in my womb. What else is in there? What else needs to be brought up and rise up to the surface, dropped in that fire, and ashes is done, so I can rise up, like the phoenix, like my sister who said she's a phoenix. And after she went through these ashes, she rose up. So it's resurrection, right? So if you think about that and how we're moving in this season, how, just burning things up, doing this deeper work, reflecting on that in the winter and rising up in the resurrection time in the spring. That's how we work with the seasons. So we have to be mindful of where we're at and getting into that place of, okay, I'm going to work with nature and how the cyclical, the elements and the energy of nature, and let that serve me to my highest good. Because the truth is, we are universal. Sister Mia, hi, Sister Jaleesa, hi, Sister Chrissy. Thank you for joining me. So anywho, I'm talking about the autumn equinox and working with the season and working with the crossroad deities and whatnot. So how do you feel about this? Where are you at in your own personal path on some of the things? Hey, that's my sister right there. Some of these things that you want to be able to release to this flame. So some of this stuff, like I said, are secrets that we keep from ourselves, and some of them are not so secrets that we know. Some of the stuff is just what, you've been going around in circles so many times. Are you ready? The universe, the spirits, our angels, our ancestors, everybody is just okay, about how many times is you gonna keep knocking your head? How many lessons do you have to learn? And then we say that's the devil, or we say that's the trickster spirit, and or we'll say Mercury's in retrograde. Why Mercury in retrograde all the time for you though? So it's we have to get in that place of okay, and is it time? So this season is presenting an opportunity for you not to hide from yourself, but to really go in and get the illumination that you need from all of your supports that you have. And we talk about, your spiritual supports. A lot of us work heavy with our angel. A lot of us, working with our ancestors. I'm a goddess working with our goddess spirit. We have a lot of spiritual support to help us to move and courage. I see goddess and I'm facing the east direction. I have the sun on me. I'm a little hot, but I need that energy of the direction of the east in the sun. So I bless Ra for that. And that we have these goddesses in our spiritual court. If you don't know who's in your spiritual court, I can help you out. That's what I do. Because once you learn who's in your spiritual court and you feel the energies, then you can go and you can use my mantra, your spiritual power to transform your physical expression in the earth. And then you are a mirror to other people and we rise. That's really just that simple. Let me set my tea, y'all. So, I'm talking about the autumn equinox and what that means. So, I really want to know, hey. How are you feeling? What you got going on? Help me, Sister Chrissy. Yeah, inbox me, sis. Inbox me. That's all. We can set up some time to talk about that. So, you know, when we're talking about now, I want you all to, you know, set the intention. A couple of things. We're right now it's a good time because we are in autumn equinox, but then we're also in a waning moon to talk about releasing. And you know, sometimes, you know, releasing kind of get like cliche, right? Everybody's like, okay, you know, let's release. But then you're like, I do these releasing rituals, I don't know what's going on, how come this is not like working, what's happening, like, because there's layers to this. So when we're talking about asking these spirits who deal with the junk, and when we're talking about like our Sister Denise, inbox me, sis. No, I see y'all. Whoever wants some support in this, please just inbox me, and we can kind of talk about it, whatever. But like I said, we have this energy available to us now. But so when we're talking about doing this releasing work, there is levels to it, and I associate this again coming from that lung, and the lung being a place of, according to this Chinese tradition, and it resonated with me, being that place of clearing, and just the lung itself, for what we know, it is an organ of clearing. And the lungs, the lung energy, the oxygen are hard, you know, and we, if we don't breathe, we die. All right, basically. So, but thinking about this, it's like when you're doing this releasing work, you really have to get to that place of understanding that this is a process. I think so many times people are like, oh, I did this ritual, oh, I did this, oh, I did that. You go deeper, you go deeper, you go deeper. We are continuously healing from being in the earth, just in our day-to-day life as people who are spiritual, and we have to operate in the physical realm. So, and it's then, you know, because I am 100% in my vulnerability, because I'm vulnerable, y'all, like being comfortable and being peace queen, Sister Davida, and being comfortable and being in this earthly realm and feeling safe in this earthly realm and being rooted in that. And then we also have our ancestral energies that we have to do the healing work from, that affects our life. Then we also, there's another layer to that, and that we have past life ancestral energy. So I've been seeing a lot. I'm gonna kind of like flow. That might be a little not on topic, but I'm still on topic because what I've been seeing, y'all, in these ancestral readings. So my coffee, I probably gotta make his coffee. So y'all gonna hear a little bit of coffee. But that I've been seeing in these ancestral divination is not only am I getting the energy from what kind of energy you have, whether you have like the hot red energy, or you have the black energy, or you have the white energy, which is the cooler spirits from your maternal and your paternal side, the guardian ancestors, all the stuff that comes up to help you to work in the ancestral realm, and then you know more about yourself, right? But what I've been getting here lately, y'all, is a lot of past life ancestral. I'm calling these words and using it in the Eastern terminology. It's really like credit and debt, right? So ancestral dharma being the credit, and then ancestral debt, which is the karma, in a sense of a way. But when we talk about karma, and in our tradition, what goes around comes around, we talk about karma. You dirt, you get dirt. That's our karma, right? That's how we say in our language and in our culture. But it's really just those situations where there was contracts that were made that weren't fulfilled, whether that was with other like people in your family, or, you know, gods, deities, spirits from other lives, and these things are get associated with you and your life. So I'm doing just thinking about that and how this is really looking, and how I want to dive deeper into ancestral clearing. And a couple days ago, I did on my Facebook page, I made a public proclamation, a declaration to release and rescind and revoke all of those soul contracts that that were associated with me that weren't mine. Okay, like those are not mine. So in the Hoodoo tradition, and we talk about in the good old Christian Bible and using the scriptures as a form of magic, we talk about why you gotta take on the sins of your father. Like those ain't mine, you know. And then in our life, we do have to take ownership of those contracts. That I went out for a minute. Okay, so when we talk about, you know, the life lessons that we choose to come into the earth with, those are ours, and that's something that we have to own, we have to accept, And we have to do that so that those contracts and do or don't do, it's all evidence basically, and that get passed out in our bloodstream, blah blah blah. And then they're like, yo, what happened? I know my grandma didn't do this and this and that. I'm dealing with her stuff, and so that's what we do. So that's why I'm doing the ancestral healing and clearing, not just knowing the energies, but actually saying, okay, I understand the energies. I want to apply them to do this spiritual work, to heal myself, to send energy back, to revoke some stuff, and send that good love energy forward for my offspring and the future generations across all time and space. When I say across all time and space, we hit in those different dimensions. Let me sip my tea, okay? So we're hitting those different dimensions when we do that. So when I send out those, Sister Hallie Smith is saying her hands are tingling. Girl, bless your hands. From my words, oh wow, that's powerful. So when we're talking about, I lost my train of thought. See, that's why I don't need to be reading these comments, y'all. I'm gonna have to go back and reply to y'all, and I lost my train of thought. What was that in? Let me breathe. Oh. So when we're dimensions, y'all, I lost my whole train of thought. Okay, so when we're talking about, so that's what I say, like, it's so important to, when you do any healing work, I don't care what y'all doing, it could be just lighting a candle, like, hold that into whatever it is, okay? I send this across all time, so you can hit all those crevices, all that other stuff, all kind of stuff. I mean, we don't even know that we don't have, let's say, consciousness, but in our human self and dealing with the earthly realm and all the stuff around us, and we're like, I'm trying to light this money candle right now. Like, I just bill fixed. I ain't got really time to be worried about the other dimension. Because right here, I need this bill taken care of. That type of stuff. So knowing that whatever you do, always hold that intention in your heart, like I'm sending this across all time and space. I'm clearing out that, any karma, any karma, and use power of your throat to speak that. And simply, it's just stating, I do this across all time and space. Whatever you're doing for yourself, knowing that there's all kinds of different versions of you in life. And I did a video about this, so I won't go ahead and go hard about it. On my YouTube, I talk about different versions of yourself that you go back to and connect with, and then also versions of you that's coming, that's, there's another version of me, y'all, that's ready to come out, and I'm sure it is for all of y'all. That next version of itself is like, come on, girl, come on. That goddess is like, come on, you must expand some more, goddess. Keep going, keep on pushing, keep on moving in grace, moving in love. That goddess is coming and rising up in all of us, and that next level in our goddess, and what that really means for us. So we talk about burning this shit up. Whatever these blocks that's preventing from that version of yourself, this is what you're going to be doing. In this season is going deeper. So there's layers. There's stuff that come up that might not even be yours in your womb. I've seen this a zillion times where it's just like, wow, that's not your stuff, that's your mama. Okay, do some clearing on that, but that's not really yours, but that's part of coming up in your womb, so that healing. So what I'm telling you is that this is the season to do that work, to clear it out. And for me, and if you feel called, I'm using the fire hour. That's what came to me. That's what I'm doing. I'm using some fire spirit. I'm using some fire. I just want to get with a goddess that you feel called to. I want the fire to burn it up. Once it comes up, you feel it in your body. You feel accepted it. This is what Sister Shauna, Sister Polly, shout out, Sister Tanya, you laughing out loud at me. I'm just, I'm now in the place of using my fire energy. My sun sign is a Sagittarius, and I have a whole lot of other Scorpio water energy with me. My Venus is in Scorpio. My sister Brandy told me she did my birth chart for me, which makes sense because that's central sexual goddess energy, and I am in Ya. Right now, I want to actually use my hair. I've been in a lot of water, for a while. So for me now, I want to combine my autumn equinox work with my fire spirit that I have. And I have different versions of myself and my goddess. I learned from my sister Sat Ra at the Yoni Steam Institute to name my goddess different versions. I think I'm like 8 or 9 goddess versions. But one of my goddesses is all about connecting to the fire power. Then I also have segment. I am segment inside and X segment outside. But I also have another version of myself, and I connected with a cosmic energy, a nebula in the universe, and it's pure fire energy. And when you connect with the cosmic energy, especially anything that's fire in the universe, you gotta be careful when you play with fire, right? So you have to be able to absorb the energy of the fire to do your work, but don't let it burn hell up. And about burning you up, we're talking about that you get your ear. You just got too much fire in you. You know, you're irritated. You cut some folks out and all that. Let me sit my. So be very careful when you rise up. You raise up. This is what you're going to see. That's what. And really, I'm just with you. If you do have to use fire energy, make sure you have some healthy outlets. You know, some workout. You can fire breath. Sister Camila, shout out. And you can do these things to really help you process the fire energy as you do deeper work to burn some of that stuff up. So what can you do to use the fire energy? Is simple things. I'm learning about open-hearted writing. So I'm actually a writer, y'all. I realized a long time ago that writing for me is very therapeutic. It helps me to open my heart. That's why, hey sis, and it helps me to heal. Like, I got some different journals and stuff that's around my house. I said I could write a whole book on all the stuff I do in my writing. So one of the things that I would suggest to you all to do is write out things, write out, process your emotions in a journal, and then take those pages. And this is simple stuff, right? Everybody knows doing ritual, when you burn it, you get your couch or whatever, you burn up the sheets and you write your petition and do this. But what I'm talking about is taking this. Y'all, I got to back this sun is a little hot. But I'm talking about the fire energy, right? I'm breaking up. Oh, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? So Michaela said I'm breaking up. Uh-oh. I don't know. I getting it? Getting it? I don't know, because I moved it. It went crazy. Y'all, guess what? I guess I'm going to have to resume